I'm live. It says I'm live. Oh, look, I found a flower. I must have picked it up earlier. Can I put it on my camera or something? It's a flower. Pretty little flower. Macro. Activate macro. No macro. No macro. We are a public stream. Yes, we are public and we are live. Those are the things that are important. I believe we have sound. I could check it there. I don't want to smush the flower though. Flower goes there. Okay. Check sound. Checking the sound. We have check sound. Sound has been checked. Alrighty then. Now I can mute that. We're on live chat. Should be good to go. I'm going to consume some of my beverage as I just ate lunch. It still needs to be washed down. Good morning, Heather. Good morning, Taylor. Cheers. Dr. Pepper on ice. Mmm, so nice. Oh, you saw the flower. Okay. Well, then there's definitely a chat delay. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, that's good. Can you hear the music, by the way? Theoretically. What's up? Wake up. Good morning or good day, as the case may be. Ah, man, that was good. Had some leftover beef ravioli. 42002. Wow. These are CDs from my band back in the day. I was going to try and go through some of them, but as it turns out, the optical drive does not seem to be working. So we'll save that for another day. I don't think I got a response to if y'all can hear the music. I'm pretty sure you can. If you can't, I can turn it up some. Putting camera cases away from our little road trip. Man, whew. Sorry, I lost internet. I am back. Yay! And strong. I can hear the music. I can hear the music. Wiki, wiki, wiki. Can you hear the music? Where's the music? Wick, wick, wick. Where's the music? Damn, what song is that? Where's the music? That's, I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter. Hi. I just ate leftover ravioli, so I might even have spaghetti sauce in my mustache, if you're really lucky. Out of the kindness of my heart, I will not use the camera as a mirror. Let's put a little more Dr. Pepper in my glass. Can you still see kind of a third of me? 1/3, 1/2. 1/2. Half schmoke. Schmo. That's schmo or schma. Anyhow. Yes, how'd everything go? I've been nonstop for the past couple days. Haven't had me phone either. The Daytona thing went relatively well. It went well on Thursday, which it always does. Well, always. Usually. Then when I went to go back Friday morning, there is a live with a adult language warning. And in the first probably minute or two, I drop every F-bomb and curse word known to man and drive super aggressively and make the executive decision that we did not go to the car show on Friday, rather. But we went on several adventures. We went to, I think we hit 3 different beaches. We went to Marineland, which was in and of itself an experience. And we drove a lot. We drove around. It was fun. People got to see angry Schmoke and aggressive driving Schmoke, and I left it all public for now. The only video I think that's not public right now is one where I accidentally put up my dad's address on the screen and didn't realize it until after 150 people had watched it. So it is what it is. It's going to get out there eventually, but so that one's private now. I tried to blur it on YouTube, but blurring was the one thing that I was able to do previously. Then they did some change to the YouTube editor, and now I can not blur, but I can cut things. Marineland is definitely a story to tell. Yeah, it's the thumbnail for that one was great. I'm just like, dur, dur, dur. So I took it and ran with it. I'm like, hey guys, let's go to Marineland. Sorry, I didn't mean to burp in your ear. Excuse me. I literally just wolfed down the last ravioli right before I hit go live. So it's still like up here somewhere. Have you been over to the alligator farm? So we're planning a special trip to St. Augustine. Planning. It is in the idea phase. I'm not planning it yet, but I'm going to go down to St. Augustine. I've got people in St. Augustine that I can meet up with and hang out, and realistically I could stay there and not even have to get a room or anything like that. It all depends on the timing, but and go and spend a weekend down in St. Augustine, and then I can hit the fort. Everything got country all of a sudden. We hit the fort. We could hit the alligator farm. You know, just walk around St. George Street. I was saying in the live that I haven't done that in years. Driving version of Get Off My Lawn. I wish I could. Yeah, there's no way to do that though, other than earbuds, to where I could hear the music but not have it interfere with everything else. Anyhow, although there was no unboxing or anything like that, I would like to give big ups. The box must be upstairs. To the, we'll say Cuke Tech, because I don't want to pronounce it the other way. I need to turn that light on, maybe. Wow. That help at all? Yeah. Focus. Cuke Tech. Doesn't really like focusing on close things, and I can't either. So CP, where did my glasses go? I know I brought out my glasses. CP25, 20,000 milliamp hour fast charging battery. This thing weighs about as much as a bottle of water. You can kind of see how, I don't have a banana for scale, but how big it is. This device charged my phone all weekend, my Galaxy S25. I don't even think I charged it overnight or anything. I think I charged it off of this every time, and I never recharged it. I still haven't recharged it yet. And I charged it, I want to say 3 times for full charge, and then another half a charge, and it's still got 14% or whatever left in it. Highly recommend, and I'll probably put a link later. I'm sure there are other ones. I just know that was the one that was a fair price. Well, I don't remember what I paid for it, but it was one of the Black Friday deals. I think I paid like $20 for it or something. That's where I was like 3 handfuls of years ago. The lighthouse that close to the alligator farm. They were pulling out cannons from the Queen Anne's Revenge, Blackbeard's ship, and started the restoration process that day. I'd like to go check it out again. I've said it several times. I can't believe I don't go there more often, as I live, depending on the side of town I'm on, an hour away. And yeah, I haven't been to St. Augustine proper to explore in ages. Chook Tech rhymes with book. Chook Tech rhymes with book. Okay. Chook. Okay. Chook. Blackbeard's Ghost is 1968. Is a great film. So anyway, whatever my point is, I had a very positive experience with that device. Speaking of devices, y'all know what's coming up next. If I have any battery life. Excuse me. Sorry. That was probably really loud. Oh my God. So, I can neither confirm nor deny if I'm familiar with the tech company. Wow. Okay. Thank you. You're gonna have to get me a battery pack like that. Walked up and down the lighthouse 300 plus times. Wow. I've never even been in that lighthouse. Excuse me. I'm gonna put my shoes on the rest of the way because they're feel like they're coming off. Activate speed hooks. Pew, pew. But yeah, overall Daytona was a good time. Other than Friday morning. And I was planning on leaving Friday afternoon anyway. So we actually I'm sorry I keep burping. We actually probably had a longer stream with what we ended up doing than we would have if I had just gone to the show. Because I probably would have stayed there for an hour or so and then got irritated and left. Instead, I got irritated and never went in. Worked out fine. Getting up now. Oh, yeah. I wonder how many people are logging on here thinking there's going to be car show footage. Tricked you. I did. Excuse me. I really need to get at least a half an hour ahead of schedule so I do all this stuff off camera. I did find one of my channels that I follow that's from the Florida area. He actually has a rocket-powered go-kart. Rocket Man Mike is his channel. He was at, this was last night, yesterday, the Boot Hill. I think it was Boot Hill. I don't remember now. Anyway, one of the saloons from Bike Week, and they had a bunch of, it's been a snotty nose kind of day. They had a bunch of rat rods and stuff out there, and it looks like he might have gotten some burnout footage. But, you know, Saturday I would have been gone regardless, so we wouldn't have seen that. But I probably should have ridden out to Boot Hill, or I don't even know what's out there anymore. It's been so long, like I said. All right, I'm going to put this Dr. Pepper away, find my lavender fueling package. What? Kitty, you want to say hi? No highs. No highs to humans. Bit, you want to say hi? Ooh. Oh, now you want to say hi, Guinness? No? All right. Y'all probably couldn't hear it anyway over the music. It would have had to have been super quiet. Super duper quiet. But Bit went, yeah. Good afternoon, Schmokes and all. What's up, CB? It's been a snotty nose kind of day. It's been a snotty nose kind of day. All right. No more Dr. Pepper noises, guys. Sorry. I'm apologizing for the fact that there's not going to be any more. Haha. Well, I did not look up the manuals or anything. Oh, there's the manual. Is that a service manual? And is that the full thing? I knew I had this printed out somewhere. It's in the bucket. I think maintenance, oil pump control cable. This might just be me looking up something specific and printing it out. Final Reduction oil pump lead. Yeah, we're not going to get into all this anyway. But this is probably at least part of what we need, because I need to order the gasket that we're going to end up destroying when I take that apart. For anybody who's been following in the saga of the scooters. What's up, John? Currently I have only one camera on, but we can fix that. What I need to do though is get my clamp. Oh, here's that clamp, by the way, Sophia. I know you fixed yours, but that's my flexi thing. This thing's old. Excuse me. And well, it's caught in my beard. It's jewelry. That's kind of painful. Why are you caught in my beard? That was unfortunate. Thank you. Anyhow, Ulanzi, STO, blah, 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 blah. And what I like about this is it kind of locks into place. It's Sunday, right? Somebody just pulled into my driveway. I'll be right back. The fuck? Watch out, dude. Guinness, you don't go out. Anyway, sorry guys. There's a unfamiliar vehicle doing strange things outside, but they're not in my driveway anymore, so whatever. Ouch, Schmoke. Marathon of Alive. Ouch, Schmoke. Was I loud? Did I slam the door or something? Sorry. I was, Richard, what's going on? I got my Yamaha DT50 repair carburetor. Awesome, awesome. Sorry, I live at the end of a dead-end road, so you don't really like it when strangers come down here. So I just wanted to check in. I'm going to do it more quietly, but I am actually going to go check on that again. I'll be right back. Because they really don't have any business here. And they were like hanging out, going through their Jeep or something. All right. Okay. Good job, guard cat. All right, we're back. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I think I broke a nail. OMG. We're going to cut that off real quick. And we'll trim that later. So anyhow, like I said, I don't have the gasket back in full loop, back to here. I don't have the gasket to pull that apart yet. And I think I want to film that and get it with good footage. Whereas what I want to do to this, before I replace the voltage regulator, I want to kind of give it a once over again and see if I can find a shorted wire. Because something caused the regulator to burn out. And I'd rather not, even though it wasn't that expensive, I'd rather not immediately burn out another one. So, with that being said, I believe I'm going to go back to what I was about to do, which is, set this up on my tripod, hook my other phone up. You missed the flower, Sophia. It's a little baby flower. And the camera doesn't like to focus on it. So what I was going to say was I like it because it locks in place. Well, it locks, it doesn't open back up. It'll squeeze closed, but it won't open back up. That's what I like about this. Because my phone is the most expensive thing I've ever bought as far as phone or technology, I think. And even though I'm financing it, it still costs a lot of money. Pretty. Bah. Anyhow, so I'd rather not drop my phone. I would like a clamp that holds it tightly. That is all. We would like this fully standing again. Maybe not if we're working on this, actually. We'll go with... we can do wide angle, so that should work out. Just passed through El Paso. Oh, okay. So when are you planning on being here, my friend? Because I got a lot of things I need to do. Because I've been busy. All right. So at this point, I need to go to the Orion app. Good to see you, by the way, Shaggy Man. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. If we have not talked, I don't remember. Dismiss. Waiting for the connection. To use USB. Waiting for connection. No Wi-Fi found. It's because it's not on. It is now, though. Ha ha ha! And now we got to go in here soon, but it's all good. Soon, like today. I got to minimize this. I don't know what that sound was. Oh, I put the phone on the network, so now it's getting all the notifications. Awesome. Yay! All right, we now have that in action. Oh, I hope you noticed the music. Yay, Tay! Oh, I know, believe me, I know you know my house and all that. I'm not worried about that, but I really need to do some things. I need to clean the house because I haven't. All right, so for my next trick, we're going to go to that scene and theoretically that scene. Damn, I'm good. Man, it's like I'm a professional YouTuber or something. Now, can we go wide angle? Hi, bye. Nope, that's closer. Hi, bye. Ha, that is wide angle. Okay. Looks like that's going to be wide angle then, kids. We have better lighting. How about better lighting? Let's go with my custom built do-it-yourself side light, which is going to be too bright because I still have not set up a dimmer for it, but we'll try it anyway. Oh, there's a spider on it. I live here now, don't hurt me. Okay, buddy. I guess I could move the Vulcan, which I have not heard from David yet. That reminds me. David being the owner or paperwork. He says I'm the owner. He agrees with me that it's mine. But people do what people do, so who knows? I need to take it back apart so he doesn't see it in this kind of condition. Carrie, please be careful. Oh, there's lots of stuff happening. I think officially around a foot. Uh-oh. Lots of things happening in my chat, and I'm not paying attention. Checking in to say hi. I got to head out and rake my roos. Wow, fun stuff. Snow rake. I've had an email from Carrie Rob's name. Okay. We're going to switch to this camera real quick while I'm reading the chat. Good to see you, Carrie. Be careful up there. Or I don't know if you just have a long handle or what. I do it all from the ground. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. 40-foot shovel on the end of a pole. Right on. Speed limit is 80 miles an hour. I'll be listening, but I won't be able to interact with the chat for a while. All good? So, does that mean that you responded? Yay. Tay. Yay, Tay. But it's all good. Soon. Right. Okay. Anyhow, I'm going to go back to what I was doing. And we'll go from there. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Which I'm on the wrong camera now. And I don't have the remote thing set up. So that's that one? Yeah. Yay. Alright, so now what we want to do is not have the light in the camera, because that would be ridiculous. In the scene, rather. So light is out of the scene now. I don't know. I'm looking at the wrong monitor. I'm dancing. Here we go. And plug that in. Oh, it doesn't quite reach. OMG. Are you kidding me? You could have just reached, and that would have made it easier. But no. Ow. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna die. Oh, that's so bright. Don't look directly at it. Okay. Does that help at all? We should probably put the camera on that side then. Right? Yeah, maybe. Probably. I think so. And then we could kind of... Whoopsie, that's not attached. I knew that. Do one of these. That didn't work. Because it's not a center stand. Good way to throw my back out, though. Luckily, I didn't. Anyway, the pipe's not hot. We'll just do that. Turn that way. Okay. Excellent. I think we are good to go. Checking the chat. Checking the chat. Gotcha. Speed limit is 80 miles per hour. Okay. Well, be mindful driving and chatting, Shaggy Man, if you're driving. Do I have a... Schmoke Shop is live. Well, that's cool. AJ Joyner. Vivor door opener. I bought an opener. Works great. My question to you is, my momentary wall switch works until I use a remote, and then it stops working. Can you help me with this issue? Wow, I think that's the first email I've ever gotten from somebody from the YouTube channel asking for technical information. That's kind of neat. I could maybe help someone. I could be a helper. Schmoke is helper. Helper friend, helper friend. Okay. So, I've left the fuel on. So that was silly. But when your motorcycle just shuts off on its own, you tend to not pay attention to everything else and try and figure out why the beep your motorcycle just shut off on its own. That becomes the priority. In theory, since the petcock is now off, I can utilize my brand new... Oh gosh. OMG. OMG. Anything happen? Nope. Okay. I guess everybody's still around. Maybe my chat stopped working again, since that's what Facebook does now, or whatever this is, YouTube. Says live chat, top chat. Oh yeah, that did something. Live chat. Okay, just not a lot of activity. That's cool. Anyhow, I'm going to. Everybody wants to see a car show. See if these things work worth a hoot. Because I don't know why or how they. Oh yeah, they really do actually. I don't know if y'all saw that, but anyway, these are. Where's the camera? I bought a bunch of tiny hose clamps because when we were working on these motor scooters and on the DS7, well, on all these small bikes or motorcycles in general, I've discovered that I don't have a lot of small hose clamps. I do now. I got every size of small hose clamp in every style possible and a pair of fancy hose clamp pliers. And I think all that was 20 bucks, 25 bucks, something like that. And as motorcycles are the smallest investment as far as working on things for a profit, I figured it was probably a good investment. Anyhow, we're going to take this fuel line off and confirm that it is completely destroyed. So let's get you over here so you can see that. This fuel line is maybe a year old. And if it'll focus, can I turn on the light? Can I? I don't think so. Not seeing any lighting options, unfortunately. But theoretically, you can see how cracked that is if I stretch it like that. And if you were going to see that, you would have seen it by now. So I don't need to sit there for half an hour holding that way, necessarily. I do, however, need to check the chat. I'm cooking. Cooking down the highway or cooking something to eat? The only thing that complicates communication even further is doing it through a chat. My main curiosity, Shaggy Man, is when you would be getting here, like literally, like if you have an ETA. Because if it's today, then I definitely do not need to be on here very long. And I know, again, I know you are aware of my house and stuff like that. But like I need to clean the shower and things such as that. I did not get a, whatever it is, futon, but you live in your van, so that I know is not a concern. But I would like a shower available for you. Okay, so at this point what I've done is I've disconnected my fuel line from the tank. The filter, however, is full of fuel. And what I would like to do is get rid of that in a manner that does not involve dumping it all over the floor. So as such, we're going to try and hang this where it's someplace where it's going to stay for a moment. Then I'm going to stand up again and find a jar, which I keep around for exactly this purpose. And I'm actually going to spray it out with some something. Carb cleaner, that's fine. Try and get some of the sand out of it so I can reuse this fuel. Note to self, the floor is flammable over there. What? Not today, maybe Tuesday. Okay, today being Sunday. Okay, right on. That's oh, Hippie Sophia said I'm cooking. Never mind. Yeah. I crossed over to, are you cooking live? I crossed over to chats, that's all. All right, so what I want to try and do now is dump this fuel from the filter into this jar. I don't know if you can hear that. It was making gurgling sounds until I said, I don't know if you can hear that. Anyhow, all right, we've now gotten the overall majority of the fuel out of the fuel filter. And we will now tuck it out of the way. At which point, I still have a bolt holding that in. Okay. We're going to remove our fuel tank. We're going to put our jar there, and we're not going to twist like that because we know that's not a good idea. I should also get my little knee pad. No, I did say in chat, LOL, scroll up. Scrolling up. I'll be lurking, but need to go feed oneself in the Prince of Darkness. Ah, yes, I don't know how I missed that one line. But that's how it works. Anyhow, what are we doing now? We're looking for a 10 millimeter? 11 millimeter, maybe? I am Ron Burgundy. Excuse me. It is a 10. All right. It didn't look like a 10. It looked a little bit big. So that's good. Again, when you got metal wrenches, I know you can't see exactly what I'm doing, but when you've got metal wrenches around, matter of fact, what do you use? Yeah, we could do better than that. Going up? Oh, good morning, Mr. Tyler. Going down? No, I'm going up. Oh, okay. Boing. That's a little bit better, maybe. And you could still see the computer and everything, so that's good. Although I should turn off this light, because that was annoying. Check the chat while you're there. Getting ready for another family thing. I'm glad you all are doing well. I'm glad you are doing well as well. Wake up. Enjoy your family thing. A unicorn, maybe? Just kidding, Schmoke. That you voice when you were surprised by something. High-pitched, ha 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 ha. Okay. Right on. I think I'm very thoroughly confused, so I'm just going to go back over here and loosen up this bolt. I will catch up later when I review this live, and then I'll be like, oh, I get it now. Anyhow, welcome in, everybody. Well, where are you? Welcome in, everybody. We are removing the fuel tank from this motorcycle in order to try and find an electrical short, because I'm pretty confident there is one somewhere, as we have electrical issues, including losing our entire electrical system. So, even though this fuel tank is still full, I'm hoping that we can relatively easily remove it and set it somewhere without damaging it. And we'll put our mounting bolt in there so we don't lose that. Then I'm going to get a rag. Hoo-wee! Oh, wake up. Haha, you got a shaggy too. I walked in while you were talking in a girl-like voice or something. I do that. I make all kinds of voices. I have, yep. I have one of those personalities. Okay, so what we are looking at here, first of all, is a, oh, fart. Right. Okay, well, we have the wrong regulator. Because even though everything told me that it was a 5-wire regulator and I had to go out of my way to get a 5-wire regulator, it's a 4-wire regulator. So that's awesome. So now we're once again not going to accomplish that either. Cool, 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 cool. Awesome. Very, very unfortunate. Yeah, that's not good. Not cool at all. I mean, the connector's right, and all the wires are right. There's just no black wire. I think we're going to try it anyway. Because what that likely means is that the black wire was a ground, and it's probably grounded by the chassis itself, because it physically looks identical. And again, at the price, whatever. Let me make sure these wires are in the same position. And they are not, so never mind. Okay, well, at least we have the model number and all that. Man. Okay, let's find an 8mm, which is what I believe that is, and let's pull off this regulator. Man, I spent a lot of time researching this in order to get the wrong part. That was awesome. Gotta love it when that happens. Lots of things happening. It's fun though. Keeps life interesting. Good afternoon, all. Welcome in, Motobomb. We'll switch over here. Where's my mouse? Mousy. There you are. Boop. Trying again. Take 2. Boop. Hi. Hi, Motobomb. Hi, everyone else. James. I got him a Motobomb. Yes, I got that problem with a motor transplant at the moment, but it's too wet out here to get to the shop. 38. Yeah, nope. It's 80. In here, it's 75, and outside it was 83 last time I looked. Carrie's raking. Anyway, did you get plowed out? I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm not sure who you're asking that, but that's funny. We're gonna go over here where we have an 8mm probably already put together or nearby. Ow, that hurt really badly. Am I bleeding? Oh, I'm going to, for sure. All right, well, I need to do something about that. Damn, that hurt. And I am going to be bleeding profusely in just a moment. So, I'll need to fix that. Man, that's so silly. Yeah, it's the identical. I'd be willing to bet I could repin this. The wires are in the same positions on the plug, but there's not a black wire on the factory one, and there is on this one. And then going into the regulator itself, the wires are not in the same order, and that's concerning. Am I bleeding yet? No. So there's that. Looks like we're gonna do some research. I'm not gonna do that on the live stream though, because that's the kind of stuff that I can do when I'm chilling at the desk. Let's get some alcohol on this, because I have no idea what all that has on it. Just came in to... What's going on? Hello, Schmoke. Yes, it is so far. Channel under reconstruction. Hope your day is well. Taylor's going all in. Are you doing a gaming channel or what are you going to do, Taylor? Oh, that burns so nice. Just came in to spray the rake with WD-40. Right on carry. Taylor sounds exciting. Vic, well. What do we got here? What's going on, Vic? I wouldn't call it a laceration. I would say I scraped myself nicely on a broken motorcycle turn signal. Spraying the rake, a squeaky rake. Yes, my neighbor, not Rob, has an 8N tractor. He uses a little blade. Works great. Moves snow where Rob's plow truck moves the driveway. That's what I was about to say. Doesn't Rob have the ultimate plow truck? Oh, that's funny. Hee hee. That's what I just realized. It doesn't matter. I think I just ripped open an old scar, as a matter of fact. I think that was that arm. Yeah, that must have been that arm. Oh yeah, it's right next to it. That's so funny. Weird. Anywho, so we're still going to... Oh, I want to switch back to this camera. And we're still going to... Sorry if anybody's freaked out by the sight of blood, by the way. I guess I should have said that beforehand. Somebody resuscitate whoever just fainted. We're going to switch back to that camera. We're going to switch back to that camera. I never did do any aromatherapy, but that's all right. That means I don't need to. I'm not angry. Yay! Ha! Ba 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 na na. What's that? Oh, the coil. Duh. So what I'm going to do now is just kind of glance over the wires that I could not get to when the gas tank was on here. And see, yeah, see, there's... Huh. There's a lot of stuff in here. Oh, I've already got my glasses on. Super magnification, activate. There are things that are rubbing against bolts. I mean, I'm going to show you all that because, again, this is what we're doing right now. Let's get you a good light, a good source of light. Give me that, please. Just let go. Magnets are handy until you don't want them. Then they just pick up a bunch of stuff. Okay, we're back. So this wiring harness right here. Ow, I just put my knee on the screwdriver or a screw. See that red showing through? That's where it's rubbed against that bolt and up against a red wire, which is likely a positive wire. The unfortunate thing is that I can see wire through the insulation, which means more than likely that was our short. I don't know if that's focusing at all. I'm trying to get it to. All right, let's get the light mounted. Sort of. And then... Oh, we're on wide angle too. Oh, so maybe we can... Hi guys. Sorry about the bright light. Yeah, maybe if we do that, it'll focus even better. Yeah. There it is. Look at that, guys. That's our short. Oh, focus. I'll bet you 20 bucks that's our short. Because that was right up against there. And that's the kind of thing that happens to manufacturers when they have to do a recall. Because they don't realize that that's going to happen, and then it happens on a bunch of bikes, and they have to bring back every single bike, take off the gas tank, and put a reinforcement pad right there. I'm learning a lot from you. How did James? Tom. I'm learning a lot from you. Nut mouse. Nut mouse. What? So yeah, that is more than likely our problem. Again, I'm trying to get a good focus on that because it could just be shiny from metal rubbing. No, I mean, I know one way to find out. Except now I have the regulator disconnected. So where the regulator, that's another one. Yeah, this thing's chock full of shorts, guaranteed. Whoops, hope that wasn't important. Focus, 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 focus. Right there, where that's going through that clamp. I know you can see the color of the wire. For some reason it won't focus this time. There it goes. It's focusing on the other end for some reason. Anyhow, we're going to stop doing that because it's going to irritate me. There we go. That's another place where it's rubbing up against this clamp right here, this clip. So I need to go through this entire wiring harness and find all those spots. As you can see, I've already fixed some. That was the one we fixed online, and it's already trying to chafe through there again. So yeah, I need to get some wire loom and put it around this wiring harness or something. Something needs to be done about that. What do we got going on in the Chizat? We're going to switch back to that scene. Nut mouse. Nut mouse chewing on the wire. Secondary channel for non-music related items. Right on. Cool. Ms. 383, Miss 3. Learning a lot from you. Sounds like the right tool, Carrie. Same, wake up. Dwayne is right, just FYI, keep going. Nicer, little better. Modification is always a necessity. Hello. Hey, what's up, Quick Shoe? Today's letter M is sorry, I got the right one. Quick Shoe, I'm just going kind of trying to find. We've discovered 2 shorts already, which is the reason that I'm having electrical issues with this bike. I don't know if you know anything about it. Basically, last time I took it out for a ride, after having it pop a fuse, I checked for shorts, went through it, fixed a couple things, went for a ride. On the way back, suddenly noticed that my voltage was at 15 something, 15 and a half, 15.7 volts. And basically hoped that the battery didn't explode under my butt and rode it all the way back, got it back home. As soon as I pulled into the garage and idled down below like 800 RPM or around 800, the bike just died. And the fuse was blown again. Like I said, the regulator was through the roof. So I bought a new regulator. Since discovered that even though the research I did said it should have been the right regulator that I went out of my way to get, it was not the right regulator. I don't know. I'll figure that out later. For now, what we've done is we pulled the gas tank, got the regulator off. Excuse me. And have discovered 2 shorts so far. And then I was catching up on the chat, basically. There's a rubber you can heat that goes over wire. Yeah, heat shrink. Fine garage you have there. Thank you, Vic. It was a very hard job. I built this myself. I didn't literally build the building myself. I outsourced that. But the residence that's on the other side of you, I framed myself inside of it. And I built the project as far as I was the general manager. It was an owner build. And it was the most stressful thing I've ever done in my life. And it took me over a year to actually be able to come out here and enjoy hanging out in the shop because I was burnt out on the whole thing. But it was worth it in the long run. And now we're building a YouTube channel, which is basically kind of what I built it for. I didn't know that then, but I do now. Sorry. Some of my lunch just got shifted around from a tooth. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Anyhow, appreciate it, Vic. The big picture, I have tons of projects here. I got plenty of content, but I don't have a very big budget. So when things like this happen where I buy a part and it turns out that it's not the right part, that creates issues. When I get to a certain place and then I realize that I need a gasket, then I have to order the gasket. You know, it's that kind of stuff. What you eating, Sophia? Hopefully you're enjoying it. That's dinner time for you, huh? Yeah, it's 6 o'clock out there. So, like I said, this particular project is one that I would like to kind of focus on because this is currently my legal motorcycle that I can hop on and go take a ride and decompress. So I would like to get it back where I can do that. Let's switch back to the other camera. And we're just going to at least give it some... I'm not going to pull the harness or anything like that, but I am going to kind of go through it a little bit, and then we'll keep an eye on the chat. Because I do want to at least... anything that I can obviously see needs to be repaired or patched, I need to do. Oh, there's so much stuff rubbing on this bike. And then somebody said something about modifications. This entire bike is a custom build. It has already been modified extensively. And when I got it, I modified it some more to make it mine. Wow. That's interesting. One thing I'm noticing is the quality control. This is a Chinese motorcycle, is definitely not high, which we all kind of knew. But I mean, there are things that there are bolts that were obviously stripped out and just, you know, whatever, it's on there. A lot of sharp edges with wires going right up against them, which is absolutely ridiculous. Yep. Like I said, I need to actually take the time to go through this entire thing and patch all these little nicks, because any one of them shorts against the ground, it's going to pop the fuse and or cause electrical issues. And that's no fun. Interesting. Bum, bum. Yummy indeed. Lots of stuff happened on the chat. I'm going to go back to the chat for a while. We're going to turn this off. Wow, that was loud. Sorry. Give me my mouse back. Thank you. Channel under construction. Still lurking but eating. Gammon steak and mash and parsley sauce. I don't know what gammon steak is, but sounds good anyway. Alright, we're sitting for a moment. Turn this thing on and confirm that it's probably already done, which will be frustrating, but we'll be alright. 340? No, we're good. We got all kinds of room left. Okay. That channel is under construction as well, Tom. Yes, we all have a budget, unfortunately. Some are larger than others. I'll be taking both of those videos down and replacing them with some of the content I got on my main. Yummy indeed. Oh, you jumped. Good morning, Irina. Welcome in. Keep bugging you for a Cash App or a tip jar, Schmoke. LOL. What about a Patreon, man? I'll donate to the cause of the projects. Taylor, you're a single mom. I'm gonna be, as far as I know. I mean, maybe you're not. I don't know. Either way, you're a mom, and I don't need your money. Thank you, though. And I don't mean that to cause offense or anything. I just mean the YouTube is a fun thing. I don't need to take anybody's money for this unless they can genuinely afford to do it. And we'll have that set up here shortly. I'm gonna set all that up once I haven't even checked it today, but once I get the watch hours that I need to actually be monetized legally or whatever. But thank you, Taylor. I do appreciate it. If you're independently wealthy and want to, that's fine too. Basically, what I want to do is set it up and make sure that my personal information is not attached to it, because I know a lot of those things. I know right now it is, and I don't particularly want that. It's going to get out there eventually. I'm not that worried about it, but I'd like to keep it to myself for now. Back to work tomorrow. That sucks. I am. No offense taken. Right on. So yeah, you don't know. I'm financially, I'm fine as far as my bills. I'm good. Any of this is playtime. I don't want to take away from your living to entertain my playtime. That's why I don't do all that. But thank you. Quick shoe, enjoy. 3 weeks off. Wow. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm self-employed and not getting paid for any of this, and I still barely can pull off a day off. Yesterday, I tried so hard to stay off YouTube, but everybody kept popping up. Live. It's like, well, I got, these are the people that are supporting me. I got to support them and at least make a visit. But yeah, I tried to stay off screen time yesterday. It didn't work. I don't know when the last time I had a day without any screen time. You wouldn't be though. Yeah, but like I said, when I say budget, I mean like let's get some income rolling from YouTube that we can dump back into YouTube to make things happen. I can cover the $50 here and there for these little parts. I do genuinely appreciate it. And of course, eventually, big picture, that's the plan. But a lot of what I like about the people that are in here right now, I tried today too, Schmoke. Tried which? Tried to, what did I miss? Tried to donate? I hope not. Like I said, I need to look into more of that stuff and figure out how to make it the business aspect. I need to focus on probably doing an LLC and stuff and getting an actual business in place. Oh, no screen time, right. Yeah, it's hard once we're addicted. But, excuse me. Thank you, Taylor. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, the business aspect of it. I need to get that set up for multiple reasons. For one thing, like when I go down to Bike Week and get a hotel room and hang out and film and go get food and all that stuff, theoretically, I can write all that stuff off on my taxes. Without getting too deep into it, I try and stay under the radar, but if I'm not going to be under the radar, then I need to do this correctly. And come back on. Come back on. We want more. Oh, the other thing is if I get a business license and all that, I may be able to get faster internet as a business. I don't know. I need to talk to them too, because I've been having all kinds of internet issues, and I have the max that I can get at this address. And I'm not getting it. And their app even said it the other day. What's up, Revenge? Welcome in, my friend. Because I did a speed check the other day, and it's like, seems like you're not getting your full speed that you're paying for. Let's reboot your router. And they did, and I guess it's all fixed now, but then last night it did the same thing, so I'm hoping it'll flag something in their system, and they'll be like, hey, man, your thing isn't working right. Can we come out and look at it? That did not sound right at all. But what was... whatever. 6126, going to wander around the country, all the way across, around, up and down. 3P day ride, hoping to triple the time. Yes, you can, Schmoke. Write everything off. Right. Quick Shoe, Shaggy Man is doing van life. He's traveling right now. He's literally driving across the country back over here to Florida. And then I think from here he's going north up to Michigan, I believe. And I'm not even sure where else he's going along the way. What camera are we on? That one, right. But anyhow, yeah, motorcycle-wise, I'd like to get this back on the road. I'd love to get paperwork for the Cruiser, which is supposed to happen during this holiday season, knock on wood. If I can get paperwork for that Vulcan, that's going to be good. I'll put a set of tires on it and a chain. Let me stand in front of that light right there. I'll put a set of tires on it and a chain, and we'll take that thing out. What's up, Steven? Right on, right on. Welcome in, everybody. I'm just partaking in some lavender aromatherapy vaporization zone. And that's something else I want to do is, since I did not buy that truck cab, I'm going to research a new aromatherapy vaporizer device because the technology has advanced, and whereas this one is like sucking a milkshake, the new ones have clear airflow. So you wouldn't be getting weird sucking noises whenever I do this. Plus, it would work better with a water filtration module, which this one does not work as well because you have to draw too hard. But that's neither here nor there, and many of you are not interested in that subject. So, with that being said, since we've played with that motor scooter and failed, this motorcycle and failed, we could either play with that motor scooter or play with the other, the DS7. I haven't cranked that thing up in a year or so. We did not get this scooter running at all. This one. This one was running, but there's something broken internally with the Kickstarter interacting with the starter gear. So I need to get in there and diagnose that and fix it. This wasn't running, and I think it has something to do with the tune of the carburetor and or the carburetor itself. Because when I got this one, it was completely taken apart, and I just kind of threw it together. I have had it running, and I have ridden it, but it was barely running. It was struggling the whole time. Partaking some of my homegrown. Sweet. Was you in the Army, Schmoke? No, I was not in the military at all. Somebody else had asked that before. I think it was Alaska. I didn't think it would be a very smart option for me because I do not take well to being told what to do. And I think I would have ended up with a in the brig and or a dishonorable discharge long before they ever broke me. So I chose not to. Looking back as an adult, I could see where that could be an absolute good career path. And if I had had children, I probably would have guided them in that direction to a certain degree. But me personally, no. I'm a school of hard knocks. I'm very tidy. That is the first time in my entire life I've ever had anybody tell me that. But that's awesome. I'm actually much more of a mad scientist, but I have been making a conscious effort since I moved here to have a place for everything and try and remember to put it back and clean up after my jobs relatively quickly, even if it's not immediately. So I'm glad that you noticed that. Because no, I'm more of a, all my flat surfaces are piled, and if you mess with it, it's going to screw me up because I know where it is, even though it doesn't look like it. I've had people clean up my stuff, and it completely throws me off. I want to put these bolts from the voltage regulator back in so we don't lose them. That's funny. I am tidy. Okay, yeah. Well, my goal with this shop, Vic, has been to I want everything on wheels and or on the walls because I'd like to keep the floor space as open as possible. Tidy mess piles. Unfortunately, what's happened is I have several things here stored for friends because I'm a nice guy and I have all this space. So here in the near future, again, we're going to knock on some wood. I'm about to get rid of, I need to turn that, not that. So on the other side of that bug, there are 3 golf carts and a crashed car. And I'm going to get rid of all that. And then I can bring my camper. I have a Class C camper, caravan, I think y'all call them, that I can bring in and park over there. And it needs to be rehabbed. The interior needs to be cleaned. Some leaks need to be fixed and stuff like that. Let's bring that down so you're not looking at the ceiling lights, maybe. Point being that, yes, I want to try and keep the floor as open as possible. Rody, what's up, man? See, just keep the beard hairs out of the way while working. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Hey, I got long hair, too. You're the cleanest garage I've ever seen, so fair play. Wow. I know people who have garages that you could literally eat off of the floor. I have a friend of mine that does the epoxy floors and all that, and I'm like, no thanks. My floor gets oil stains. It's a shop. It's an active garage. It's not a showroom. It's not a museum. You know, if and when I'm independently wealthy and have fancy things, then maybe I'll want that, but I don't see that happening. Like I said, I almost purposely made an oil stain on the floor immediately. There's oil stains all over this floor. I'm not sweating it. It's an active shop. I think I already said that. Neighbor needs some help. Later, y'all. Thanks for being here, James. Son has my toy box garage all set up. Got super shelves from his work, wide open middle floor space. So what I want to do is above us here, probably to this column, I think it's 10 feet. I think I've measured it out. Do a loft. But I'd also like to do it legally, or at least where if an inspector came in and saw it, it would be legal. It would pass inspection. So, again, something else I actually need to throw some money at. I have a lot. I've got some joists left over because I did buy a couple extra for the project just in case something went wrong. Overage. And so 10 feet, I could get several joists that I've got here, and whatever I'm trying to say. But I need posts out here, columns out here, probably at least 2, and a good, maybe a metal beam to go across. So that's what I got to figure out. 30 by 50 with 16-foot ceiling, 14-foot doors. So this is a 40 by 60, the whole building, with my eaves are 18 and my peak is 23, I believe. And so 40 by 60, and then on this end behind you, so my shop is 40 by 40, and then behind you is 20 by 40, 2-story, my residence. I got a shed. Well, my original plan, 30 by 50, that's bigger than my original plan was. That's, my original plan was a 20 by 40 Quonset hut, the arched one. And I was going to do a loft apartment up top and then the shop downstairs. Stop fidgeting with that beard. It's very addictive. Well, yeah. Just like a lot of us, I'm a whatever. I have to be doing something with my hands. Thanks for calling me out, Vic. Appreciate you, buddy. The Quonset hut thing was, when that's all I really need, even if this is overkill completely. But when my mom passed, basically I inherited some money, and so I took that budget and invested it into doing this bigger. Go big or go home kind of thing, mainly for resale value, because I'm pretty confident I could get at least three times what I've got into this out of it. Them Amish build for a living. Oh yeah, that's who did. Like Vice Grip Garage's barn was done by an Amish crew, and they put it up. Videos on YouTube and Instagram. I'll do this for you. Boom. Standard. Save. There's your wrench, Quick Shoe. You can drop a link if you want. But yeah, the crew that put this building up was actually a bunch of drunks, and my original plan was to do it with friends, but by the time I got all the permits and everything, a friend had died, another one had moved, and another one had kind of lost, we grew apart or whatever. And so I didn't have a crew anymore, basically. So I ended up hiring out a crew, and they were, like I said, a bunch of drunks, and I could have done a better job by myself, but whatever. Still need to finish the inside insulation paneling. You're doing the hard insulation. Pedals, welcome in. I didn't even see who else. Active chat, huh? Hellos. Neurospicy. Yeah, there you go. I like that word. Neurospicy. Yeah, a little bit of the tism. And I'm doing it again. But anyway, I don't think that word even existed, autism, back when I was a kid. I got sent through everything I could possibly be sent through. I never saw any paperwork as a kid. Eventually, it was diagnosed as severe clinical depression. But in addition to that, there's clearly, obviously, again, this term didn't exist back then, but ADHD and all that. But what's up, Mountain Woman? Thank you. Welcome in. Anyway, I try not to let it get me down or anything like that. I just, try not to exactly that. I try not to get overwhelmed or anything like that. I deal with it. I smoke a lot of ganja. Let's I'm gonna shuffle some things, and we're gonna get this other blue scooter because it's so far we haven't even tried to mess with it really, and I haven't messed with that thing since New Year's this year. So right now, let's move this over here. Whoops, kickstand's still down. Excuse me. Did I just knock the scab off that already? Damn it. Sorry, guys. Yep, that was stupid. Whatever. That's a nice little scrape. My skin is not where, you bump it and it peels or anything like that. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Oops, smokes. What did I miss? Amen to that. One man army. I'm all up in the camera. What's up, y'all? I'm going to step aside from that a little bit. I see the flower. It's still alive so far. Not doing great. Still kicking. Pretty little mini flower. It was stuck to my shoe. Got a bit of the tism. And a touch of the aughts. Hops. Most have depression of some sort. It's why I try to be positive. Never know who needs a laugh today. Hello. It just jumped like crazy. Taylor hugs. Varun. Exactly. You're a good man, Schmoke. Thank you, Vic. I've enjoyed time that I've spent on your channel as well, and always enjoy you in chats. Really do that. Do that. He said do. Taylor beat me to it. I'm just way behind. Have a good day, everybody. Schmoke Shop, thank you for streaming. Thank you for coming in, Arena. I'm sorry if it's water for the flower. Yeah, it's not gonna happen, Sophia. I mean, I'm sure I could probably do all that, but I could just go outside and look at the flowers too. Oh, let's gather our tools. I don't think I could find a vase that small, my friend. It would have to be the tiniest little micro vase. It would be cute. Wow, we got really dirty the other day, obviously. Kickstarters. Oh, that's why, because that thing's filthy. And these are actually decent jeans, so we'll try not to get totally filthy. Ba-da-ba, doo-doo. Have a great day or night, too. Doo-doo, really, we're all children again. Never grew up, mate. Yeah, that's... Yep. You could say I'm immature. I just think I'm having fun. I mean, you could be miserable all the time if you want to, but that's a choice. It's all in your head. That's one of my mottos and I shouldn't say it, but a web address I would like to purchase, and I should sometime. It's allinyourhead.com. I won't get any deeper than that, but all right, so let's move this thing. We'll move this back to there. And then we'll move the other one into what is our working area. Whoops. We're gonna hit the bike. Don't do that. There we go. That's right, the women are smarter. Shot glass it with a pipette of water. Fucking Tinkerbell. Yes, you absolutely are, Hippie Sophia. I don't know why I just called you Hippie Sophia, but because that's what it says. Shot glass it with a pipette of water. My shot glasses get whiskey. They don't get water. I won't be streaming till I get my new cams Thursday. We just grown-ass children, young at heart. 38 windy and cold. No, it's 80. Where's the Portacam? Switching to Portacam. We're going into drone mode, kids. The reason that my garage is closed is because it's hotter outside. And I'm going to take you over and we're going to look at the thermometer. That's Fahrenheit, of course. And just to confirm, there's the digital version. And now we'll go outside the front door and look at the one that's outside on the porch. And then I'll come back and look at the chat. Sorry for the loud noise again. Sorry. Don't slam the door. Don't look at that aloe. You'd hate me. So where are we at? 80. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. But 86, 85, 86. Those are my little birdie friends. And the sirens. Always sirens. Doggo! Ruff ruff! Hi, Chloe! Chloe's the neighbor's dog. Smells like carb cleaner in here. Must have sprayed some on the floor. Uh-oh, you almost fell. Okay, so that was fun, huh? Warning, heads up. We've detected audio in your stream belonging to a... Uh-oh. Oh dear. I have to see what that says. Belonging to someone else. Uh-oh. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. If you plan to continue, please ensure the content owner has added your channel to their allow list. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, yeah. But it's okay. You guys don't have to get mad at me. You could just let it be. It's all good. You could be friends with me and just be like, you could play it if you want to. Alright, where are we at here? Tinkerbell. Did you just call me Tinkerbell? No. I confirmed that Sophia was Tinkerbell. You're streaming. We just grown ass. Exactly. Looking forward to it. What year are all the scooters? Those are 82 Honda Aero 50s. Matching, a matching pair. They're one VIN number off of each other, which is why I don't want to separate them. I would like to sell them, and I'd like to sell them together. Show me that aloe so I can tell you off. Just think your worst. It's not an aloe, actually. It's a pineapple. But my aloe is just as bad. Okay, cool. Thought someone knew me from before the YouTube days. My aunt. Oh. Nope. But now I know that. I'm itching. What did I get into? 36 degrees here. Yep, I got 50 degrees on you. Just about. 58 here. Michigan, we got a shit ton of snow. Hello, Motobomb. 10 degrees Celsius here in Vic. Shit. 20 degrees here. 20. Aye. How much snow? But I don't know scooters or bikes. Yeah, early 80s. So you haven't been on the tour, Steven? We'll take you on a tour. I need to check and see what this music... Maybe check my email, see if I've gotten a really big warning or something. Because there's a big yellow... I've never seen this before. So I want to check my email real quick and see if there's something telling me your channel's about to get demonetized even though you're not even monetized. Nope. Looks good so far. Oh, it went away. Haha. They're like, oh, never mind. It's all good. It's the Grateful Dead. They don't care. And in reality, they do. They didn't used to, but the people that own the rights to their music absolutely care. So hopefully it's not going to be the end of the world. I just picked it because it was they're live streaming right now. This is it's not, the Grateful Dead aren't live streaming, but the Grateful Dead channel, the band's channel, is live streaming old live shows and has been all week. It's just a copyright flag. Happened all through my live last night. I've just never seen it on the studio, but that's what I figured. I think it's even the automated system. I don't think it's anybody being like, oh, you're playing my music. I think it's just the automated system doing its thing. Like, hey, I kind of recognize that particular beats per minute and those notes in that sequence. So I did not do anything to this one yet. We got a new petcock for this one. I think one of the main issues we've got is vacuum leaks also with both of these. Sophia, aka Tinkerbell. We get lake effect from Lake Michigan. Interesting. Yeah. It always trips me out seeing big lakes, which I've only seen in travels. There's Lake Okeechobee, I guess, would be the one down south in Florida. But other than that, we have, ponds and lakes, but you can see the other side. I can't fathom, a lake big enough that you can't see the other side. That's kind of weird. Gives us extra snow. Yay! Extra snow in Michigan, just what everyone wants. All right, so let's get the keys. Did I switch this over? No. Let's switch it over to camera 1, camera 2. Camera 1, camera 2. Boink. Switch. There you go. And then I'm going to get the keys from the other scooter. The battery is also in the other scooter. So I guess we'll switch that over. Sure, why not? Oh, other key. Oh, it was already open. Ha ha. I'm still sore from all that walking. 10 millimeter. Especially going up and down the stairs. Woo-hoo-hoo. That hurts. But I've been sleeping relatively well. So yeah, I can already see part of why this didn't run. I think. Because I don't know if I had both of those hoses hooked up. Not that you can see what I'm looking at, but anyway. Nope, I vote no more snow. I've never experienced, the most snow that I've experienced was enough to build a snowman about that tall. And I should have a picture of it. It's upstairs, I think. Hang on just a second. I think I have a picture of it. Speaking of going up and down the stairs. I think, is this the first time we've used these mics with the live stream? I think it might be. What am I up here looking for, guys? I know you can't tell me, but I know. It's in here, yeah. Ooh. I actually had some stuff in a drawer. Speaking of organization. Speaking of hydration, We're going to get a hydrating type beverage. I haven't done anything for a video for this week. I don't know what I'm going to do with that either. What do we got happening? 10mm socket and caliber work for just about everything. So woof woof. Let me see if I can find. Well, maybe it's not in here. Dang it. It's not. I thought I had a picture of my little snowman in here. Oh well. There's some cool old pictures. Bet y'all wish you could see them. I mean, you can, but here's a music festival from 2001 flyer. Oh, that's funny. I actually put some thought into building a snow polar bear to freak out my neighbors. Great to be a mechanic, never break down. Yeah, well, that's not necessarily true. I'm Peter Pan, I know the feeling. I just need a Santa hat and a Coke bottle. Oh, the mechanic never breaks down thing is actually not really true at all. It's like the cobbler's shoes. Mechanics usually take less care of their own stuff, but they know how to fix it when they do break down in a lot of cases. But yeah, that's basically, I get what you're saying. Okay, part of the reason that this thing wasn't running is, if I remember, this throttle sticks. Can you see at all? Yes, you can actually. If I remember correctly. Oh, actually, it seems to be working now. Okay, never mind. It was stiff, but I I lubed the heck out of it, so I guess it seems to have freed itself up. So that's good. That means I might be able to actually tune this thing and get it to run. Because there is nothing that will put a smile on your face quicker than cruising around on a little two-stroke 50cc motor scooter. Because they are super, I mean, for their size, super powerful, and they're so small that, I mean, you kind of have to go out of your way to actually hurt yourself on it. But they just zip around and they just make you happy. They put a smile on your face. And we've had a lot of fun at music festivals on motor scooters. I mean, golf carts are fun too, but the beauty of motor scooters is you're on your own and you're chasing each other and stuff like that, running on the back trails. It's just fun. Let's put the battery into this and let's see if we can get it to even fire off of starting fluid. There's a bolt missing right there. And then we'll go from there. So we're going to switch the battery over from that one. We can start it without a battery, but since I just bought a battery, that'll make it a lot easier. Very economical. Heads up, we've detected audio in your stream belonging to someone else. Yeah, Sophia said I didn't have to worry about it. And since I make her play, I don't make her, but I get her to play all kinds of copyright music, I'm going to let it ride and deal with the consequences. What did I do with the keys? I put them in here. Let's switch the camera over to there. Pew, boing. Pew. And then we're going to open this, except we're going to use the other key. Wait, no, this is that key. No, this is that key. It's two identical keys that aren't identical, if that makes any sense. So this will be the third time I've switched this battery back and forth. But anyway, just because I'm cool like that, we're going to pull my everyday carry knife out of my pocket, switch it from flathead to a Phillips head, and without even grabbing any other tools, switch out this battery. I can't believe they're picking up on this. This is like a drums jam session, just space music. But this is like in between songs. Oh, it's gone now. It must have been the song before this. Alright. So there's that. Now, on the way by, we're going to switch that, loosen that, switch that, back over to that. We'll even go there. And check the chat. At some point, I want to get these leaves out of here so that they'll leave us alone. Very economical. So nothing has happened. So that's fine. That's fine. The leaves. Here's my glasses. My glasses. I hope there's no spiders in here. Don't bite me, Pydo. I'm a friend. Or scorpions. There could be scorpions. If I had a vacuum handy, I'd just go zzzz. I really actually do. Let's just do that. Sorry for the loud noise, but since I actually said it out loud, I really need to do it. Because it would be ridiculous to say, if I had a vacuum, look at a vacuum and then not utilize it. And it's all in your head. That's that part. Because I could have very easily not done this. But instead, I convinced myself to do it. And in less than 15 seconds, there are now no more leaves in the battery box. Amazing. That's the thing with that whole depression thing, is we fight ourselves. I can talk myself out of anything much easier. Yeah, it's warning me again. That's so funny. You remind me of MacGyver. MacGyver was my favorite show growing up. Just be safe, Schmokes. Smoke break for me. Well, that's what I was thinking too. If somebody's telling me I should be safe, I should take a safety meeting. But we're going to hook up the battery first. And then that will earn us our safety meeting. As soon as I figure out what I do with my knife that has the screwdriver on it. Because I know y'all saw me put it down. There it is. Man, the other day I was looking around for my reading glasses. They were on my head. I edited the video out and was like, oh my gosh, they're on your head the whole time, dude. It was funny. All right. So what we got here is our ground wires. And we want to install them on the ground side. And I'm probably going to need, I need to get that magnetic pickup tool. Because the nut has dropped down and we need to lift it up. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then you don't. That makes sense, huh? So we're going to try and, there we go. Get that nut up where it needs to be so the bolt can grab it. hopefully without cross-threading. There we go. And we're going to tighten that up, and then we're going to do the same thing with our positive side. And the main thing, I say it every time I work on anything with a battery, the main thing is when you're working with metal tools and installing the positive battery terminal, you need to make sure that you're not touching anything metal other than the positive battery terminal. Because if you bridge the gap from a positive battery terminal to a metal part of the frame with your metal wrench, you will create a short and you will electrocute yourself. 12 volts isn't that bad directly, but if you get it off the coil, it'll light you up quite nicely. So there, where are we at? Wow, we got all kinds of stuff. We had activity. I need to zoom out one notch. I'm a little bit too far zoomed in. There we go. Break for me, nobody else will. Hey, give me that back. Stop that, stop. Cool, mine too, Schmokes. Everyday carry, yeah. Good job on holding yourself accountable and following through on your verbalized plan, Schmoke. Legit proud of you for that. It can be hard sometimes. Well, I mean, that's me trying to maintain training, my own self-training, because that's how we, get on top of all this stuff. Gutsy again, sir. No, 'cause a little voltage will never hurt nobody. No, it's the amperage that'll get you. Fastback is earning its keep today. Fingernails and nuts for days. What's going on, Adam? I don't know how long you've been lurking, but hi, welcome in if you just got here. So, I gotta sneeze. There it went. I was gonna do a countdown, but then I realized I was on the wrong camera. Steven, you must have an electric chair you sit on every day. Let's the whole MacGyver series on TV or on CD, DVD, whatever that thing is called. Good old Sparky. Sparky, that's the name of the electric chair here in Florida. And in other news, I'm pretty confident that we still use him. I'm going to partake in some aromatherapy and sit down for a moment. Oh, sorry about the bright light over my head, but you'll be all right. Thank you, by the way. Roughly since you started. That's, what is it, MO? Isn't that your MO? Hang out for an hour or so and then say, oh, by the way, hi. What time is it? Oh, an hour? No, we've been going almost 2 hours already. Holy cow. Feels like the time's just flying by. But I guess that's because I was actually accomplishing some stuff. Cheers. Yay. Hey, Tay. Oh, man. Yeah, it has gone up. We have almost broken 80. We're right at 78 right now. And with that being said, I'm going to turn on a fan. And express my regrets of putting on jeans. Oh. But no regrets. No regrets. Yay. All right. So Shaggy Man is on the road heading this way, which means I need to straighten up the house and get it ready for company. Oh, wow. Obviously that carb cleaner I spilled is between the fan and me because I just got a nice eau de carb cleaner kind of nice, actually. I never did drink my hydration module. Oh, Lord. Where are we at? Glad I jumped in. Time does fly when you're streaming. Glad to have you, Quick Shoe. Sorry, someone came to the door. Which one is this? Tropical Punch body armor. Man, I really like these body armors. Oh, yes. Yes, no regrets. Man, that's so tasty. And theoretically good for you, too. Or not as terrible as a lot of things. I don't know. That tickled. Again, sorry for the weird noises. It's just how you gotta hit this thing. MacGyver. Now y'all got me thinking about MacGyver. I'm gonna have to. Is it on? I wonder if it's on Netflix. I'm sure I can find it somewhere. I mean, I'm pretty confident every episode 20 times probably. So if you're lurking and flicking, because she can't be a jerkin. Okay. What you smoking? It's lavender aromatherapy, because anything else could not be shown on YouTube. Yeah, it's oregano. I remember when my a good friend of mine's older brother got caught and he was smoking oregano. So we went into my mom's spice cabinet and got some oregano and an old pipe from a pipe collection that my dad had, and climbed up on the roof of a building nearby and tried to smoke oregano. Only did that once. If you didn't know, oregano is exceedingly harsh. I never watch television. Cold out, hiding in the man cave. I shouldn't watch television. I don't really watch. I mean, I watch YouTube is my thing now. But I watch. Excuse me. Usually during dinner, I'll turn on Netflix and watch an episode or two of whatever show I'm watching. Which right now is one I never thought I would watch. And it's the... I don't remember what it's called. Is it The Ambassador? I don't know. Something about politics and all kinds of crazy shit. It's free on Pluto and Tubi. Do I need memberships on those? I'll look into it. Ooh, a bit sweet. Schmoke is a volcano. No, this is an Arizer Go, also known as the Argo. The Arizer Go. I bought it because I can control the temperature by the degree. It has a replaceable battery and a all glass ceramic oven with a glass air path. But there are actually, I'm a worker, not a jerker. I'm leaving that alone. No membership fees. Right on. The original, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The OG one. I don't want the new stupid one. But has commercials. But anyhow, my point is that this is actually, I don't even know how long I've had it now. I've had it for a long time. It's literally held together with rubber bands because it's dropped enough time that the two halves of the case have separated. The battery door doesn't stay shut. There's literally holes in it where the plastic vents have broken, but it still works. But I could invest another $150 and get a relatively high end, mid tier, high end of the mid tier at the at least, um, newer technology with better airflow and stuff like that. Working it all around. So, excuse me, more than likely I will make that investment. The other thing with this is at lower temperatures, no matter the strain, it's more energizing doing the vaporizing as I'm sitting here yawning. The reason that I'm yawning is as you get higher into the temperatures, it'll get sleepier. Doesn't matter the strain. Now then, the sleepier strain will get exceedingly sleepier the higher the temperatures. But there's no combustion with this device, so theoretically it's a healthier alternative. It is still dry herb, but it's not burning it, it's not combusting it. So theoretically you're not producing carcinogens. I remember one episode, the bad guy was a horde of ants. Working it all around. MacGyver, yeah, man. I got a paper clip, a piece of gum, and let me get your lipstick. Boom! How did you just blow a hole in the wall? Well, your lipstick has glycerin and the... Anyway. MacGyver. 15-3, count jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Nope. I remember the episode. That's why I was asking you. The volcano doesn't burn either. It's the same. It's a similar. Right. It is a dry herb vaporizer. I have a desktop, again, made by Arizer, this same company, that is their competitor to the volcano, but it was either half or a third of the price, because the Storz and Bickel stuff is the best. There's no question about it, but it's also exceedingly expensive. And I do, honestly, that is one of the units that I'm looking at, is the Storz and Bickel. I think it's the Venti, and it is one of the top rated units, but it's closer to $300. It's Black Friday, and I could get it. Yeah, it's a big investment. But that's my medicine, and so it's an investment. It's a worthwhile investment for me, in my opinion. And I don't give a shit about anybody else's opinion. So, now that that's done, we got our battery in here. We were going to try and see if we could get some smoke out of the exhaust via starting fluid. Correct? Correct. We want that camera or this camera? I think we want this camera. We could do both cameras. Whoa, that would be mind-blowing. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Volcano is a very good piece of kit. Yeah, mine has the bags and the tube. What I do not have is a water pipe adapter, and that's something that I would want. My thing is, with the larger desktop unit, it's like a lot of work to set it up, and for one person, it's kind of a pain in the ass. So it rarely gets used. And even when I do have visitors over and we use it, it gets used for an hour and then put away. So I have a friend in mind. Some of y'all know Sick. I may give it to him because he's doing back-to-back bong rips and coughing on every one. We need to get him off of combustion. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Point being, we're not going to set up to do two different cameras. That would be ridiculous. But maybe we will, because it'll be entertaining. So we're going to go scene 2. And then we're going to go here. And we're going to crop this. No. That's not what I want to do. I don't want to resize it. Edit, undo. We want to crop it, not resize it. Crop? Yeah, crop. And we're gonna move this over. And this over. Then we say done. Then we move this over. Then we add a layer. Video device. And go through S. Hi. And then we take and crop that also over to here, probably. And say done. And we move this over here. How's that for ridiculous? Now we have both cameras. Except you don't. Why don't you? Are you frozen? You're frozen. Oh, nope, you're back. What's going on in the chat? 15 count jumping jacks. That ain't happening. Volcano, very good. Here too. Wish I was in Florida. I get sessions. The one Shade Tree makes, or is that only in Oregon? I've only visited Shade Tree's channel. I have not really explored it. It looks very interesting and right up my alley, but I've got so many channels on my list already that I get introduced to new people, and I try not to like blow somebody else off and go to their channel. But yeah, I definitely want to check out his stuff. He's doing similar things on a larger scale. I'd like to get rid of that. Yeah, that'll work. Pew, 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 pew. So we've got both cameras. Sessions, those disposable vapes are awesome. Oh, yeah, no, I don't agree with anything disposable like that. I think all that stuff is toxic to the earth. I actually watched a guy in the UK picking up disposable vaporizers that still had 18650 batteries in them, and he took enough of them apart out of the garbage, basically, that he was able to make a power wall. And the first thing he did was power his shop with it without any problem. And then he said, well, let's see if we can power the whole house. And he switched a couple of switches, and boom, he powered his house and his shop off of garbage batteries. I am all sorry. It's kind of a rant, I know, but that's reality. Is I do not agree with all this disposable shit that we use. I think Keurigs are a bane on the planet. They're super convenient and they're tasty and they're great, but those stupid little fucking cups are all over the place. Sorry. This is looking awesome. I love your commitment to the video and sound. It's not a problem with me. I'm not a creator. Wait, what did I miss that wasn't a crew? Oh, just talking about stuff. Hi, Wes, by the way. Hi. Yeah, we just switched to the dual cameras. And now I'm going to get off my rant about littering and horrible, disposable. Because none of that shit's getting recycled. Anyway, basically what we're doing is we're making all these little plastic things that don't go anywhere. You ever seen Wall-E? If you've never seen Wall-E, watch Wall-E. Watch it. If you have seen Wall-E, watch it again and think about it. Anyway, sorry. We want a little bit of starter fluid. Wes, I hope you are doing well. I popped in your chat the other day and you were in your zone. So I was trying to, I guess it was yesterday actually, I was trying to actually stay off the screens after my trip to, I almost said Bike Week, but the Daytona, that car show. I tried yesterday to kind of take it easy. I still ended up popping in everybody's streams, but anyway. Message retracted. Occasionally use those vapes. They are convenient. And I get it. Believe me, I get it. I get all of it. But also I want people... I'm not mad at you, bro. Nothing like that. I just want people to think about it because we are not trained to think about that. We're trained as consumers of disposable bullshit. And planned obsolescence is another one that pisses me off. Not going to get into a rant. I use self-destruct recreational accessories. Yeah, I mean, as far as disposability, twist them up and burn them down. But believe me, I produce garbage. That's not. I'm not holier than thou or anything like that. But I like for people to think about it because I get it. It's so convenient to walk into a store. Boom, this thing, bam, it stopped working, throw it in the garbage. The problem is that there's millions of those things and they don't go anywhere. They should have Wally too. Well, Wally 2 is hopefully them saving the planet again, but all the fat people rolling around on their self-powered chairs and the fact that we're floating around in space because our planet got too covered in garbage to sustain us anymore, that's a very realistic scenario, and it's coming up soon. It's like the actual direction that we're going in because humans are stupid. That's all. What did I say while we were in Daytona when Agent Smith has the conversation with Neo about the fact that humans are a disease? I'm like, oh my God, who wrote this? This is so dead on. Everything I use, my monitors, computer, phones, is all from the recycling center, the secret lab, everything free. Yeah, exactly. And I love that about your channel. Yeah, so it's so sad. Buying consumes exist. Mostly grow my own. I mean, again, I'm not getting into politics or anything, but yeah, there's that's what I like about Carrie's channel is I have made tens of thousands of dollars off of things that I have found on the side of the road, and that's not an exaggeration. I made a living off of things that I have found off the side of the road. Manpower's house for 8 years with 1,000 old laptop batteries. That's a real thing. Yeah, that's the old version of this. This one that I'm talking about is this guy got from the vape stores. I guess people can get a discount if they bring in their empty ones because they're trying to figure out what to do with them. And this guy got a program going where he could get them, and he took them home and made the power wall or whatever. Anyhow, no, I would like this place to have a battery bank. I have this is south facing, so the 60-foot side of my building is south facing in Florida. I could have panels all up on my roof and be making shit tons of power. But, you know, I'm out of budget right now. Big picture, I'd love to do that. All the water from my rain gutters goes to one corner, and I have a 2,500 gallon tank in the back. I haven't set it up yet, but to capture all that water. My big plan is for this building to be completely self-sustained, where if shit hits the fan, I can lock down the doors and monitor the cameras, and I'll have power and water and a septic system. Anyhow, rant over. Let's spray some starting fluid into this thing and see what happens. That was a fair amount of starting fluid. It should kick right off of that once we figure out what I did with the keys and turn it on. Schmoke rants. Now with more rant. How is it not that key? It is that key. Why aren't you turning? And don't you break. Thank you. Yeah, we are not firing. Why are we not firing, kids? I got a turn signal. It doesn't blink. Oh, I know why. Maybe. Cover both of those. Very interesting. All right, let's pull the spark plug. Oh, be careful about that. I'm all bending over and twisting and all kinds of things that I should not do. Spark plug wrench. I kind of figured it was the other one since this one was on there. One of these days, I'll get on a Snap-on website or find a Snap-on truck and get the switch for this. I've had this wrench forever, and the switch, wherever we are, there. The switch fell off a long time ago. So I have to switch it with a pair of needle nose. But I'm pretty sure if I found a Snap-on truck, they'd fix it probably for free. And no, I don't use Snap-on tools. I just happen to have one. Wherever you are, there you are. Hi. Ah, what's going on? Completely agree. Man powers. I suck. Scored 3 whole ass bookcases off the curb in the last month. All you need now is a dry toilet, my specialty. Yeah, no, I'm not into those. I have a, it needs glycerin. Get your lipstick. I have a septic system. I mean, I paid a lot of money, and unfortunately, my septic guy is in prison. So when I did have a problem, I had to call a different company out, and they charged me an arm and a leg. Okay. Whoops. I don't know if y'all can see that, if it's going to focus at all. Sort of started to. Ah, that's the trick, right. So that plug is soaking wet. And it does not smell like starter fluid, and it looks like oil. But this is a 2-stroke. So I don't know how there would be that kind of oil on the spark plug. But I think what we're going to do is find some carb cleaner and spray this off and try again. I don't know why I'm doing that in front of the camera. So you can see it, I guess. It's exciting. Ooh, spray. Wasn't that cool? It's spray. Yay, spray. Now, didn't I bring a roll of paper towels out here? I did, but I don't want paper towel. I want lint-free cloth. Ah, check the chat. Check the chat. Let me go over here. There. Okay. Dry toilet. Glycerin. Ha ha. Ha ha. Hey, Schmokes. Hey, Toya. Welcome in. Here's my lipstick, Schmoke. Hope it works. Hey, Toya. Toya and Taya. Tay and Toy. Tay Toy. Toy Tay. Okay, that was weird. Anyway. The glycerin talk of lipstick is we were talking about MacGyver, and he blew a hole through a wall to escape from something using the glycerin in somebody's lipstick. It has nothing to do with anything, really. This looks like it's a relatively brand new spark plug, so I don't know why it ain't doing nothing. Dope setup. If I ever go live, I'm going to have to get your number and troubleshoot with you. That's all good. You've got my email. We've been in communication, you know. I don't know if you've seen it. There is a video out where I explain exactly what I'm doing here. This whole system, I have explained everything about this system in a video. Something like, you can stream like a professional, or whatever, something stupid. Trying to get the views that it did not get. But anyway, let's try again. Only this time, maybe let's, we're going to spray some, oh my god, I'm almost out of starting fluid. We're going to spray some starting fluid directly into the cylinder, except that there's none left. and then put the spark plug in. I could always check for spark, but I'm pretty positive we've got spark. I think it was just soaked in oil. Where did I put the needle nose? Where? They're over there. Maybe in my back pocket. Aha! Excellent. Old habits die hard. Speaking of Die Hard, could you imagine if MacGyver and Bruce Willis got together? Man, they could just save the whole world. Except I don't think MacGyver liked guns. I'm pretty sure Bruce Willis did. Has anybody seen my spark plug boot? What's that all about? There it is. Whoa. Haha. All right. There's that. Trying again, then I'll check the chat. For some reason, the keys. There we go. Huh. Ouch. That is really odd. It's sort of firing, but it sure as heck ain't right. Wow, that almost makes me want to run a compression test and check the timing and stuff. Which is more manuals and all that. What do we got? What do we got? I'll look. Oh, for the video? Love the A-Team. Yeah, that was another good one. The A-Team and Airwolf was another one from back then. Help me with some of this YouTube channel stuff. I firmly believe in your awesomeness and teaching skills. Oh, right on. Cool. Because I'm not necessarily trying to do that hard, but I guess I am subconsciously. Okay, I have to make dinner, but see you soon. Right on, Alex. Enjoy your dinner. Yeah, I'm happy to help if I can. Again, I think it was Sleeper Dude, the guy that I actually met out at the car show on his most recent video. Actually, it was him prepping the vehicle that was down there at the car show. And he had a guy doing the pinstriping that was on the windows. And now I'm completely spacing on what it was I was trying to say because I thought about all that. Oh, they were talking about people that share their skills versus people who aren't willing to because they're trying to keep it because it's their secret or whatever. And it's like, that's ludicrous because a lot of these skills are dying out because nobody knows them anymore. Like I won't hesitate to pull a carburetor off and lay out a towel and blow that carburetor completely apart. That's a dying thing. There are a lot less people than there used to be that are willing to do that. A lot of people don't know what a carburetor is. Most people, even if they do, they sure as heck don't want to break one open. It would have been a lot cooler if that had fired up. Huh. That's odd. Well, let's check for spark, kids. Oh, wait. Didn't we do this on the other one? Wasn't this where I electrocuted myself? Because you can't do that with this spark plug. Ha ha! I think it was. Oh, man. Dang it. Well, we could do it old school. I'm going to bring the camera around the other side. This is an inline spark checker. but it only works if the spark plug has the nub on it, and these do not. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Heads up, we've detected audio in your stream belonging to someone else. Yeah, that's true. You're absolutely right. So we're going to go over here and something like that. And we're going to pull the spark plug back out. Very interesting. Is that cross-threaded? What the heck? I don't know what's going on there. Wow, it's totally soaked in, I guess, starter fluid. Which tells me that we're not getting a spark. I don't think this is the right spark plug because it's barely reaching. I don't know if you're going to be able to see me get electrocuted or not, but more than likely I'm about to get electrocuted. I think we've watched me do this before on this particular scooter or maybe another one. If I was real smart, I would put on a pair of gloves that would be insulated. But since I don't know where they are, maybe we'll hold it with a pair of a pair of rubber-handled pliers. That's all I was trying to say. Except these aren't really pliers, these are needle nose. They're not made to do what I'm trying to do with them. Okay, I'm gonna actually get a pair of pliers. The problem is, I think they're upstairs. Well, I got these shitty ones that'll probably just irritate me. That's okay. These will work. Alright, trying to hold that where y'all can see it. And you're looking for a spark in there. Could be this ignition switch too, because it acts kind of wonky. Now the brake lights just came on, okay. Alright, we have spark. I don't know if you saw that. We have plenty of spark. Ow! And it just electrocuted me. Alright, so we have plenty of spark. That's actually concerning. Because that means we have other issues. Let's see what kind of compression we've got. You can't really get your finger in there, but there's compression. I don't think I have my compression tester. I think it's out in the planet where that truck is. But I'll check real quick. Maybe I do. Is that it? No, that's soldering. That's a soldering iron. That is... What is this? Oh, body hammers. Oh, shit. Hole saws. Yep. Wait, what's this? This is it. This might be it. Compression test kit. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. We do have it. What happened here? Take care, Alex. Have a great... Gatekeeping is a new age thing. I'm honestly too old a soul for that kind of crap. Hence why both my channels are under construction. I have over 2 decades of singing and songwriting skill. Sharing is caring. Go get the gloves, man. Yeah, nah. I'll be alright. It's not. It's a motor scooter. It's not a super high voltage. It's, where are you? There you are. Hi. It's the equivalent of like if you've ever played with one of those electric lighters, if you've ever taken one of those apart and shocked yourself with it, it's pretty much the equivalent of that. It's just happening over and over again with a spark plug. And I say that about these motor scooters. That's not true about a big American V8. That thing will blow you on your ass. Blow you on your ass. All right, what are we trying to do? See if we can check some compression. Right. I mean, I don't know how much compression these are supposed to have. I wouldn't think it's going to be that much. And basically to do this, I'm going to screw in this hose in place of the spark plug, assuming it's the right size. I think it is. I mean, we have all kinds of adapters. It might be that. It is. It's that. All right, so we're sorry about my head probably being directly in the way. All right, we're screwing in an adapter. We're screwing in an adapter is what I was trying to say. Now we're putting the hose into the adapter. And then we're going to snug it all up. And what you want is an airtight seal. Because what we're going to do with this end is we're going to attach it to this gauge. And we're going to zero that out. Now, I do not know, I think I already said this, but I don't know what the compression rating of this scooter is. But I can tell you in general, if it doesn't have any compression, it's never going to run. So with that, we have at least something to start with. So we're going to hit the starter and watch what happens. It should build up and probably get up, hopefully, I would think probably above 60 at least. Or right around 45. It is holding, it's not leaking down. And I have very minimal experience in two-stroke stuff. So I don't know what the compression is supposed to be. We may have that information in this little manual right here. But we're sitting right at 40, I would say 41, 42 PSI, which should be plenty to fire. And again, there is timing situations and stuff like that. This is, I believe, a reed valve type induction system. So the reed valves could be bad or not even in there. Although I don't think it would get compression. Rob's neighbor would know a lot more about this than I do. Oh, I got you. Great reference. Yeah. Spark Electrocute, yeah. So let me see if I've got any specs in here. I was going to say, this is lubrication system. I think all this was me trying to make sure that the oil system was set up correctly. What are we even looking for again? Oh, compression test, yeah. We'll probably end up just getting on the line. We'll get on the line. Here's spark plugs. Spark plug BPR 6HS standard. Yep, all right. This is the correct spark plug. There's a lot of oil though, and that's concerning. I don't know if some dipshit loaded this thing with oil. I think that's what's happened here, is somebody put oil in the crankcase. I don't know how, but that's motor oil. That's not even two-stroke oil. Or I wonder if they put motor oil in the two-stroke tank thinking that it wouldn't make any difference. That would be something else that would be stupid. Like I said, this is, now that I'm thinking about it, this is definitely the scooter that the guy was playing with, trying to turn it into a performance scooter. and he had, it's in the bucket probably, but he had a performance carburetor half installed. Yeah, this spark plug is also stripped and or cross-threaded, it looks like. Huh. But anyway, I'll bet this thing isn't really tuned right, and the time that I got it running barely was probably just luck. Live chat. 12 people watching. No chat activity. Okay. All right, so we got the correct spark plug. 024 gap, which is fine. Compression test. Here we go. Uh-oh. Yeah, we need to rebuild this motor. Compression should be 170 psi. That's not cool. This thing's screwed. But, huh. Wow. That's very unfortunate. Oh, that makes me kind of sad. I wonder, this whole setup might be loose. Still, one thing, and it is, so that might help some. Let's see. See if we can get any more out of it. Well, we got it up to 50. Let's see if we can get it tighter. Yeah, it's still kind of loose. I just don't want to. Oh yeah, it's still tightening. I wonder if these threads are just boogered up. All right, trying again. Holding at 50, now we're hitting it again. We got 52 or 3. Dang, man. That's unfortunate. Still lurking. Me too. Yay. That's not good. That's not a good sign. Basically, we do not have the correct compression, which means that we have some sort of an issue. Now then, I'm going to have to get deeper into this to learn exactly how this motor runs, because I've never really looked into the timing and all that of a 2-stroke 50cc motor. So I will be learning on this project. This is something I'm going to have to contemplate, because, like I said, I am absolutely intending on selling these scooters. So I don't particularly want to put too much money and time and energy into them. But on the same token, I can tell you right now, due to the viscosity of the oil that's on this, somebody has the wrong kind of oil somewhere in here where it shouldn't be. And I am going to say with a minimal amount of confidence that that could more than likely be contributing to our problem. Again, I almost wish Rob's neighbor was in here, because he probably knows more about this. I don't know if he knows a lot about 2-strokes, or if he's more like me and has only mostly messed with 4-strokes. But there should not be a heavy viscosity oil anywhere in a 2-stroke at the cylinder end. And that's motor oil that I'm smelling. That's not, I mean, Maybe I'm crazy, but two-stroke oil is not that thick, not that viscous. Now, of course, I don't know if I actually have any. I think I might have used it all on a chainsaw a while ago. Excuse me. But there is, I mean, there's two-stroke oil, proper two-stroke oil in this one. I mean, for one thing, two-stroke oil is blue, the stuff that I'm using. I don't know if that's a universal thing, but I'm pretty sure. I wonder if that's what happened. Yeah, that's exactly what's happened. Somebody put motor oil in here. That's what's happened. What a dumbass. Motor oil is not the same. Oh my gosh, that's what's happened here, guys. Is somebody has put motor oil into the two-stroke oil reservoir. And so what's happening is it's fouling out the spark plugs and lubricating things that shouldn't be lubricated the way they're being lubricated, and creating a situation where we do not have compression. I'm 90% at this point, I would say, positive that that is going to be what is causing our problem. So I think I'm going to research that more before I get too deep into making myself sound like a complete idiot. But motor oil and two-stroke oil are not the same thing. And I can say with a fair amount of confidence, judging from the color and the viscosity of the oil that is in this tank, which is supposed to be two-stroke oil, that it is not two-stroke oil. And I don't have a turkey baster or a squeeze bulb. That's one of those things that's always on a list, but I never actually get. I should order one. Because this tank is, chock full of whatever this is. Okay. And let's see where we can get it out. Right here. Theoretically. Let's find another jar. Let me check the chat one more time. Just got home. What's up, Sterling? I don't know where home is, but I wanted to mention, I don't know if you saw the comment. If you were leaving McClenny and there were Jacksonville police involved, I'm thinking you must have been right by my house. Because I'm at the west end of Jacksonville, and once you leave me, you got 2 more exits or something before you hit McClenny. So I just thought that was kind of interesting, just letting you know. Siphon it the good old-fashioned way, as Adam Fisher said. Get the straw. Well, what I have is the outlet. Again, I'll bring you around here. I just need to find another jar. The outlet there going down. Oh, good morning, Mr. Tyler. Sorry, I was trying to make it entertaining, but it didn't work out. Anyway, the outlet right here, I should be able to take this clamp off, get a jar under here, and it should all come out. Living in Alaska, Valdosta. Throw some gas or diesel in it, something to thin and siphon. Yeah, I'm not going to siphon it. I'm just going to flush it out. Just got yelled at. Pulling tape off shelf. New fridge. Got blood on the new fridge. Dang it, man. Oh, I was so nervous when I got my refrigerator here because that's the only new appliance that I got. And yeah, pulling off all those stupid pieces of tape that are on everything, I was terrified. All the damn glass shelves. All right, so we need a jar. The door is a jar. So for those of you just getting in, basically I think what I figured out is one of the reasons that one of these scooters is not running is the previous owner seems to have filled. Oh, I did find two-stroke oil. Sweet. The previous owner, I think, filled up the two-stroke oil reservoir with motor oil, which is merely fouling out the plugs or the plug. I have a jar. I have plenty of jars in the kitchen. Be right back. Jar Jar. The worst character in Star Wars history. Jar Jar. Misa Jar Jar. Misa stupid character. Derper derper derp. Sorry. How do they get away with stuff like that? Anyway. I'm from Moultrie. You know, Knuckles always busted up. As I was leaving the Walmart DC, someone hit a pickup truck head on and burned to death in front of me. Horrible accident. Jesus, that's terrible. Oh, that Walmart right there at the first, well, from my direction, McClenny. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Wow, that's crazy. Anyway, McClenny, Glen St. Mary, that's where that dually is at my friend's house out there. Okay, so let's get this party started. What did I do with the needle nose? Needle nose, needle nose, needle nose. They're over there. Didn't I have some fatter ones? I don't know why I even need those. This clamp is huge. This clamp is huge. I'd like to get rid of this bracket. If a hatchet had an edge, could it hatch it? So am I literally just about to get oil everywhere? Probably. You might want to be mindful of that. Okay. This could get really messy. Oh yeah, it's already leaking where it's... Yeah, this is fucking motor oil. What a dumbass. What an idiot. But that explains why it wouldn't run. Uh-oh, this jar isn't big enough, guys. Houston, we're going to have a problem. Oh dear. Oh my. I'm going to have to panic here. Definitely going to have to panic. Shit. Oh, there we go. Only a minor mess. Yeah, that's motor oil. What a fucking dumbass. That was my concern. I'm like, man, this is way too viscous to be two-stroke motor oil or two-stroke oil. And it's used motor oil. What the hell? That's insane, dude. Can't figure out why I couldn't get this damn thing to fire off. So we had minimal compression and the spark plug was covered in oil like immediately. So that's what drew my attention. I'm not a two-stroke expert, but on the same token, I'm like, something is not right here. Because I've had this motor running, so I know the rings aren't broken or anything like that. As I was leaving, dang, Sterling. Happened at Baldwin on the 90. Yeah. Trucking sucks sometimes, I was going to say. Jar not big enough. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically, I think the next exit past me is that exit, 90. Let me get some more towels. Because I don't want to stain my floor. Actually, I've probably got some sawdust. Maybe. Unless I've used it all. Or cat litter. Cat litter. How about cat litter? Well, that explains a lot. That's I might need to look into what else what other problems that could cause. Because if that's going down, that's being ejected into the piston and then probably leaking past the piston and going down into the crankcase, where I don't think there should be any oil in a two-stroke. But on the same token, I don't know if there's a drain plug or what. So I may need to look into this a little bit more before we actually start it. Because if I start this thing and it has oil in places that it shouldn't, it could do what's called hydrolocking and build pressure in ways that it should not and break things. I don't know why that would happen if it hadn't happened already, except for the fact that if we're actually running and firing, that's going to create a lot more pressures. Because as we just did a compression test, we're only getting like 60 psi. Whereas as we saw in the manual, if it was running, it would be at 150 psi, and that could create damage for sure. So there. I was going to say jar not big enough. Yeah, that's terrible, man. I've seen, thankfully they got the person out, but I've seen cars burn. It's amazing how quick it happens, because it's like once the chemicals and the Freon tanks and all that start exploding, and then it hits the gas tank, and yeah, it's fully engulfed. It's just crazy. Somebody firebombed a truck in the driveway next to me at the house I used to live at, and it melted the vinyl siding on my house. It melted the blinds in the window. It was crazy. They're out there with a fucking garden hose. I'm like, what you need to do is get the hell away from that. Because if that explodes, your garden hose ain't going to do nothing. Motor oil in the frickin' two-stroke tank. Stupid. I mean, I guess the cap just says oil. Yeah, so I mean, I guess I could give them that, but if you don't know what you're doing, then don't mess with it. Because you're creating more problems than you're solving. So that makes me, what that tells me is all of the performance upgrades that he did, supposedly, to this thing, because this is going to be the one where he put in the different variator weights and springs and all that. And I'd be willing to bet that all that's done wrong too. Although I do know that I've had this thing running. Just it never ran right. Which I know I'm repeating myself, but I understand why now. Because they have motor oil in place of two-stroke oil. And so the only reason I was able to get it running was because I was running it with premix. Now that I think about it. I don't know what this wire is, but that's interesting too. Is this somebody's hose clamp? Yeah, Jesus, man. Yep. Wow. I don't know if y'all can see that. That's funny. Let's get the light. Here, this. That's somebody twisting a bunch of wire around it to try and hold a hose on. Except it's not attached to anything. Well, I've also got bare wires down here. Yeah, I need to go through this whole scooter. So basically, once again, we've touched on 3 different projects and we're not going to succeed on any of them today. But that's what lives are for, to explore. And then we find the issues that we need. I think maybe that's it. We find the issues that we need to order parts for and all that, and then we make long-form videos once we have all the parts. And we know what the issues are. But we can diagnose the problems for some of these projects during the live in a casual basis while carrying on conversations. That sounds like a plan. That's the plan at Schmoke's shop. What fuck thee? LOL. By the way, Sterling, did you have fun? If you're still in here, did y'all have fun at the races? Hopefully you got lots of cool footage and we'll get lots of videos out of it. I'm going to take a break and and we'll switch to, where's my mouse? There you are. Hi, Mousy. That camera. Excuse me. Drink some Tropical Punch body armor by whoever makes this. I think it's a Coca-Cola product, actually. Man, how do they make the print this small? I'm pretty sure this is Coca-Cola because I think a friend of mine works for them. Oh, man. Hydration, people. The oil I'm shocked at. Oh, yeah, you just caught, yeah. Yep. Motor oil in a 2-stroke tank. That'll cause some problems. That'll prevent it from running. I hope they all did have fun. I had a lot of fun watching it, and I was screaming through the chat like an idiot trying to tell the guys to keep the corners tight and all that. I don't know why, but I thought Living Legends, I think there used to be something different. There was a Living Legends of the motorcycle, the old motorcycle racers. I didn't realize that was out until I saw them, that it was dirt track stuff. I was contemplated going out there, but I was not anywhere near 100%. I'm doing better today, but as of yesterday, I was hurt, and like I said, going up and down the stairs, my legs were in pain. So I really didn't want to be walking around a bunch. But we'll all get together one of these days. I'm going to go to the Forgotten Angels campout, I think, in March. Because the music festival that I usually go to at that time, the lineup just came out, and I'm not. It's the same old thing. I mean, I've seen that lineup 100 times probably. So I'm definitely open to something new. I would love to have that Vulcan. We'll even call it Taylor's Vulcan, but right now it's Schmoke's Vulcan. I'd love to have that. Well, we know this line is full of motor oil. Anyway, I'd love to have that street legal and running and with fresh tires and a nice new chain on it. I wouldn't necessarily ride down, but I'd definitely either throw it on a trailer or in the back of the truck and take it down there. Otherwise, hopefully we can get the ChinaBike going, solve its issues, and that one I know fits in the back of the truck because I've had it in the back of the truck several times. The issue with that is, depending on the speed limit where they're at, I mean, that thing tops out like 65, and that's screaming, and I wouldn't really want to ride at any distance at that speed. It's more like a 55 mile per hour max kind of bike, which it looks like most of the roads they were on, that would have been fine. But that Vulcan, that thing, it might not be as fast to get there, but that thing, I'll bet that'll do 100, 120, no problem. Not that I have any desire to do that, but I think I mentioned it before. The bobber that's in the thumbnail of this video, as a matter of fact, that thing was set up to do 0 to 60 really fast. Anything beyond that was kind of pushing it. It was set up as a bar hopper. And I loved that bike. That thing was so fun. Kickstart only, hardtail bobber. I swear to God, somebody put used motor oil, because this is clearly used. Yeah. It's unbelievable. Oh. I don't know. I'm quite confident that that's what that is used motor oil. I don't know who the hell would do that. Well, like I said, somebody that doesn't know what the hell they're doing. What happened? Schmoke's Vulcan. In 5 to 10 years, Taylor's Vulcan. There you go. Exactly. After I've dogged the shit out of it, and it has 30 psi of compression, then I'll send it to you with a manual and a set of rings, and you can take it apart, put it back together again, and know everything about it. Been to the last 2 March campouts. Not going to make it next year. Very sad about that. Well, that's too bad. I'd like to meet a lot, because there are several groups, YouTuber groups, lives, whatever I'm trying to say, that I'm kind of in. Kind of the motorcyclists, some of them, and the makers, and I'd like to. There's several people that I'd like to meet. That's all. Damn, that sucks. Let's well, now that we know that's the case. But again, see, that whole line is still going to be full. I really need to pull the damn injector pump, probably, and clean it. Damn. Because this thing's still pumping whatever oil is in that line in there. Yeah, because I keep contemplating trying to start it still. But the reality is I could create an even bigger engine, a bigger issue if I don't think this through. I do not want to hydrolock it and break anything, because to the best of my knowledge, I think we can still remedy this situation. But what we need to do is get that oil out of there. That, I swear, again, I need to switch cameras because I want y'all to see this. Because those of you that have any idea what I'm talking about will recognize this. I'm pretty confident, judging from the foam on top of that and everything, that is used motor oil. That has nothing to do with two-stroke oil. This is used motor oil. I don't know if anybody in here knows what I'm saying or anything and would agree or disagree, but I just wanted to show that. That way I at least have it in video. Coffee, lavender therapy, Schmoke's on live, amazing Sunday. Sweet, yes, thanks y'all. I'm glad you enjoy it, because this is the time of year where the shop is comfortable to work in. During the summer, it's unbearable. Again, big picture, I'm hoping to make enough money to where I can air condition this shop, which is not going to be cheap, but being as I was in the trade, I can do it a lot cheaper than anyone else can, because I can do it myself. But even if I get used equipment and install it all myself, it's still going to be expensive to run, because really, to properly cool this space, I need 7 tons of air conditioning, and that's not cheap to run. I'd probably get away with a little bit less. The unfortunate thing is that my house is actually oversized because my old boss thought that he was helping. So, without getting into details, that has created some issues. But I can't really dump that extra air into the garage because you don't want exhaust going into the house if I crank an engine. In other words, if there's duct going from the house duct system into the garage and I start an engine out here, that's still duct into the house. So basically all that carbon monoxide goes immediately into the house, which you do not want, obviously. My mechanic fills all mine. I am in charge of petrol and windscreen wash. Been told not to touch anything else. You're a lucky girl. A lot of people do not have that mechanic. a lot of people ask me about it, and I'm like, I'm not touching it. I'll tell you why, but um, I unfortunately, because I do my work myself usually, I don't know any good mechanics. The shop that I worked in closed years ago, and those people all moved. What the blah blah is that motor oil? Wow. So yeah, you agree that's motor oil? Yes, used motor oil, I think. But I'm not touching anybody else's car. I'm not gonna say I never do it, but I won't break into your engine. I'll do, brakes, stuff like that. But as far as oil changes and things, I tell people to go to Jiffy Lube. That's what I do at this point. Because by the time you have to dispose of the oil, get the filter, do the labor and all that, it's not even worth me to do it. My mechanic only has use of one arm too. Sweet, hardcore. But as far as like doing internal engine repairs or anything like that, if something screws up, I'm screwed. Because you're gonna basically sue me if I break your engine, and I don't have any insurance or anything for anything like that. So no, I don't mess with people's cars. Matter of fact, a guy at the end of my street here, let me block that light, lost his daughter because somebody half-assed her brakes, I think, and somebody cut her off. I don't know exactly what happened, but basically her brakes failed. And, the investigation absolutely proved it, but there was nothing they could do about it because the guy did a half-assed job and he killed his daughter. So he lost a friend and a daughter and never got any satisfaction out of it. Bigger engine could be good for views? Not really. Hopping up a motor scooter. Any views I'm going to get out of these motor scooters, Adam, are going to be from the fact that they are a matching pair of 1982 Aero 50s. Anything beyond that, I get views because people would be bitching at me for ripping the motor out of these classic motor scooters. We'll build a race car or something, a hot rod, not a race car, but a hot rod at some point. It's a ways away. I got a stack. I have a line of projects. Like I said, if I could get the RV in here, I did the valve cover gaskets, but it needs really to be tuned. It needs, I believe, an exhaust. The flange, the outlet flange, the O-ring, I think needs to be replaced. I've got the gaskets for the manifolds, but that's a dangerous job because you can break a lot of bolts. But that whole camper, I want to redo the interior, the inside. Texas T. And then I've got that 1993 Ford F350. That's going to be some great content. Just getting that over here, washing it and detailing it and swapping out the tires, that's going to be mind-blowing, the difference that's going to do. Similarly to what the Vulcan was. Because that Vulcan was covered in dust and hadn't run in years. And just washing that thing, man, it was great. But no, all I wanted to do was get the two of these both running and easy to start. I was going to buy a second battery so they both have batteries. Turn the key on, vroom, fire right up. I have paperwork for one of the two, but again, these were definitely bought as a pair by a couple, and they are sequential VIN numbers, so I do not want to separate them. I want to sell them as a pair, and I'm hoping that with the paperwork that I do have, someone could look into it and theoretically get them retitled. Because, the cute couple with their motorhome with these little matching scooters, that'd be awesome. I don't know. Just whatever. Heads up, we've detected audio in your stream belonging to someone else. Yeah, it's the Grateful Dead. Man, that's unfortunate. But I think what I'm going to do when I get off of here is do some deep dive into the oiling system, the induction system on these. And I'm almost positive if I look in this bucket that there is a set of reed valves. There is, right here. So this is definitely reed valve induction. But now that I look, there's 2 sets of reed valves. So what that tells me is there might not even be reed valves in there. Or when he bought this, he had no idea, so he bought several different ones. Or do these all fit together? Maybe this is factory and he put the performance ones in. I have no idea. But I know that it is definitely reed valve injection, as that's what's in my hand. But like I said, these, when he got into this thing, which camera am I on? That one. Yeah, he's been in here into the clutches and the variators. I've got all kinds of springs. I've got lots of parts in here. And that's what concerns me, is that basically he put this thing together wrong. Because clearly he didn't know what the F he was doing. I'm assuming this is factory. And that's got performance stuff in it. Yeah, there's actually, I just witnessed oil dripping out of the crankcase. So what I need to do is order 2 of the gaskets for the damn side cover and throw more money at these things. Again, I don't want to throw too much money at them, but they're worthless if they're not running. They're not worthless, but they're not worth... Your stream has been temporarily blocked because we detected audio belonging to... Oh, yep. Copyright. Yep. Yep. Alright, well. Alright, well. No longer being blocked. Oh, I'm back. Alright, let me stop the music. Stop the music. Mute. Mute. Okay, we're muting the music. Sorry guys, no more music. Let me find it. No. There, yep. Alright. Well, that's interesting that it only happened for a minute. That's funny. Whoops, wrong screen. That screen. Yeah, there we go. Wow, that's funny. So it dropped us and then let us back on. Should be back in 3, 2, 1. Haha. That's behind, I guess. It let us back on, guys. That's funny. When that happens to DJ Real One, he's just gone. They let me back on. BK back in the room. Damn copyrights. Hey, Sophia. Your stream has been temporarily blocked because we've detected audio. No, it's gone. It's doing it again, or it says it is. No, it hasn't. Why would you do that? There's nothing here. You usually have to start a new stream. Yeah, see, now it just blocked it again. There's no music, bud. There is no music. I know, I see. I think I'm just going to shut it down, guys. Oh, we're back. Ah, that's funny. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Ah, ha, ha. Ah, ha, ha. That's hilarious. And literally, it says your stream is no longer being blocked due to copyright issues. You've got no music, guys, right? I know there's no music because I deleted it. Didn't I? Yes, I deleted the music. There is no music even on any level. So I guess I won't shut it down unless it shuts it down. Just let's say this. If it shuts it down again, I'm shutting it down. Because I pretty much am aiming in that direction anyway. But that's funny. Well, looks like this one won't be available, but I'm glad we all hung out. Well, I guess I could. I don't know. We'll see. I doubt I'm getting. I hope I'm not getting copyright strikes. How do I check that? Furry muff. Where's the furry muff keep coming in? That was fun. Okie dokie. Furry muff. I have to not respond to that because that could be considered crude if I start talking about furry muffs. I mean, I have no messages on Studio. Let me open up regular YouTube. Can a live stream pay off my mortgage? Traveling with Russell. Really, dude? That's wrong. Belgian beer and beats. So DJ Real One has not been in here at all and dropped a video today. Huh. Okay. Guess he doesn't love us anymore. I'll have to go visit Russell in a little while. If y'all haven't seen Traveling with Russell's page, he's pretty cool. He's, I think Irina might know him. I think she's been in his chat. I'm going to drop his link just because he is a clock spring panties. Fair enough. Clock spring. Wow, y'all, man. Y'all streams are getting crazy and you're bringing it into mine. So that's Traveling with Russell. I just dropped it because he's got some interesting content just over in Russia. I believe he's actually from Australia, but he lives in Russia. And he does a lot of exploring and goes to supermarkets and houses and just kind of showing the different culture over there. It's kind of neat. And I know him from the vidIQ group. Fair. Have you, Sophia? Right. Clock Spring. Thanks, Schmoke. Clock Spring. I don't know, man. Sounds like an inside thing. And I am on the outside. All right, so we're not going to put any oil into that. What I'm going to do is in the future, remember to flush the rest of that line out. I don't know how easy it is to get to the injector pump. It doesn't look like it's very easy at all without pulling the motor. So what I may do is try and pull the hose at the bottom and see if I can just get at least the line emptied out. And then maybe, I don't know. Whew. Fucking motor oil, man. I knew something wasn't right. Just having a laugh. Sorry. Oh, you're all good. I'm just messing around because I'm not following. But I mean, I follow plenty about. Never mind. Enough said. Old policy violating ass. Option in studio to clip out the copyrighted portion of your live streams. I have to do that as well because of YouTube being against music. Well, it's going to be this whole stream. I mean, this entire stream has been a Grateful Dead stream. So I don't think it's necessarily going to hit on particular songs. It's going to be the whole thing. So I'm not really that worried about it. Excuse me. What it'll probably end up being is private or members only. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not. If it's only a whatever it is, a claim, then I'm not even going to sweat it. And if somebody starts trying to, yeah, I don't know. Worst case scenario, to the best of my knowledge, as long as I don't get a copyright strike, all that happens is the copyright owner gets the money from the ad revenue or whatever. Which, whatever, I'm not sweating that. As long as they don't get all my money. It's the Groks. But I don't want to get the copyright strikes and get the channel shut down. Because you only get, I think it's 3 strikes, you're out kind of situation. So if I ever get a copyright strike, I will probably never play music again unless I know for certain that it's royalty free. Like I have permission to play DJ Real One's entire library from DJ Real One. But on the same token, DJ Real One has done only DJ Real One mixes on his channel and still gotten copyright hits. So, you know, it is what it is. I have no problem paying an artist for their music. What I do have a problem is one of the big issues is there are companies out there that claim to own the copyrights that don't, but still can get, you know, basically just cheat the system and end up getting paid. But that's, again, neither here nor there. And I'm kicking stuff. I don't know what this is. Oh, it's probably part of the factory airbox. So I do have one factory airbox. One factory airbox. What's that? I don't even know. We got all kinds of parts. Oh, here's that race carburetor. It's actually a Delorto, I believe. Yeah. Yes, Delorto. So this is actually a nice Italian carburetor. But, you know, you buy stuff like this. This is the same thing that happened with the ChinaBike. People think they can just get on Amazon and buy a carburetor and put it on there and have more power. The thing is, if you don't know how to tune a carburetor, that you're not going to have any power or ever get it running. Which is why he ended up selling these to me for whatever I paid for them. And this carburetor, it may be really good, but I'm not putting it on one of these scooters. I'm putting it on my shelf, and I'll use it on something later on down the road once I figure out exactly what it is. Because I have other toys. Anyway, what is this? Some sort of a bushing. Yeah, I bet this guy never even put this thing together right. Anyhow, it's the Groks. Yes, I got copyright strikes for my own music because I got it copyrighted, protected through DistroKid. Yeah, that's funny. Anyhow, guys, I think I am going to wrap this up because we're not really going to accomplish anything more. And although we could absolutely sit in here and bullshit for the rest of the day, I'm sure we all have other things to do. And it's still early enough that I can still accomplish some more stuff. So, and I still need to come up with a long form video for this week, which I don't know what that's going to be. Excuse me. I may go through and see screen record all of the good, clear footage from all of the lives is something that's been going through my mind, but that would take hours. But if I could just kind of skim through there, and like I said, grab all of the good high resolution video and maybe put together a video of the whole weekend. I'll have to look at it, see if I can put something together that would be worth it. Right on. So yeah. Anyway, it looks like half the people already dipped and everybody else is saying goodbye. So yes, thanks for watching. I will come up with something. I appreciate, as always, each and every one of you for being here, genuinely. As Sophia said, peace and love, and I'm sure I'll come up with something for Wednesday. So hopefully we'll see you Wednesday, if not before then. Y'all have a great day, evening, whatever, and until next time, like I said, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.